guys, welcome back to my channel. So today for you, I did a cut crease. Now, each eye is different. One eye is matte and one eye has shimmer. I'm teaching you every trick of the trade, the easiest way that you can put it on. And I do at the end a little extra tutorial on eyelashes and how to properly put them on. Now, I made an eyelash video, but I had a couple clients that were struggling with it and I figured out what they were doing wrong. And so I decided to make a video of it. Did you guys see how cute my bracelets are? I just like to show you. So Alex and Annie, right? Look at this heart one. Is that not the cutest? And then this. So I'll tell you the funny story. I was going to a little meeting for my nephew and he lives in Idaho, and I was almost all the way up there, and I freaking forgot bracelets. And what a catastrophe for me. You have to understand, like, I have jewelry on at all times, rings, which I don't have today, and bracelets always at all times. So I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, have you left the house yet? She's like, no, I haven't. So I'm like, can I borrow some of your bracelets? So she brings me, she brought me a whole bag full, right? Not a small baggie, a big baggie full of bracelets that I could choose from. So of course I stacked them on my arms because they're Alex and Annie. You stack and stack and stack some more. And I wore them, and she's like, the end of the day comes and she's like, all right, Dominique, now it's time to get rid of the, give me back my bracelets. And I'm like, negatory. Can't do that, Jer Bear. Once they're on my wrist, I feel like I have to keep them. So hence I've kept them, and I'm sure she's going to watch this video. So just to irritate her, I'm going to wiggle them a little bit more because I know she's going to be pissed. So anyway, stay tuned. This is like the best tutorial for anybody with aging eyes or small eyelid space and not a lot of space between your eyebrow and your eye. This is the best way that you can possibly do your makeup to widen and open up your eyes. So stay tuned, and here we go. And my eyeballs will not stop watering. I was cutting up onions because I'm making Dutch oven potatoes because, why not cook and get fatter by the day because of this coronavirus? But, we're all good, right? Like, it's all good. So, without further ado, you know what? Let's just dig right in. So today for you, I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill palette because I feel like there's a lot of neutrals in it, and so we can really go right into it. Now, I have primed my eyes already. Oh, this light is so... My eyes are going to be so bad. This is going to be hard. Anyway, so we're going to do a cut crease with this eyeshadow palette. First, starting off, I'm actually going to mix these two colors right here at the top together. And do not mind my really dirty brushes because I have not had time to clean them because I have been trying to video a whole bunch of eyeshadow tutorials so that I have a bunch to start putting up because, really, what does anybody have to do besides watch YouTube? I'm still working. I'm grateful that people are coming in, so that's pretty good, right? So as you guys know, I'm doing above the crease. So when you want to find your crease, there's a bone right here, okay? So I'm going right above this bone right there because you can see mine kind of goes inside. So the unfortunate part about aging, and sometimes people just have naturally small eyes and very little lid space. But especially as we get older, we have to be really careful with our skin and how we apply our eyeshadow because sometimes we can make our eyes appear very small when we do eyeshadow looks. And so this is a sure way to keep your eyes nice and bright and wide and open. So I'm just kind of lightly going in, right? Just kind of back and forth motions, as you know. We're just kind of doing the usual. So next thing's next, I'm actually going to go in with one of my Jeffree Star brushes. And this has a color on it, but that's okay. And I'm actually going to go into this next color right here down below. So I did these two. Now I'm going right to this one. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh my gosh. You just wait. Oh my. Look at my hands from trying to catch that. Boy. Oh, cute. And I got freaking fingernail marks in my eyeshadows. Oh boy. Okay. Well, you know, it's okay, right? We're good. No big deal. No harm done. So when you're going to do this, we're going to stay right here on the outside and really buff and buff and buff and buff and buff. Okay. Really making sure we have a lot of that product off, and I'm going right into my crease. So a more, here's a idea. So this has a point to it, as you guys can see. And then I have another brush that's a little bit more flat. Let me find it by Sigma. I'll find it here in my slew of brushes. 5 seconds. Oh, here it is. So this is a flat brush. So this is really good for getting right into that crease. This is pointed, so it's getting right into the crease, or where we're going to make a crease. Now, okay, I've got freaking crap all over. So, making sure, now Jaclyn Hill's palettes, as I've told you a million times, and I'm going to tell you again, super pigmented. Be very careful. One little tap into it, maybe 2, 3. You can always build. You cannot take away, okay? So just make sure that you are going to remember that when you're going into it. Just right into the crease. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the first 2 colors with my first brush, and I'm just going to go back in here. Now, as you guys notice, I always am looking down. Remember this. So when you are looking down and doing your eyeshadow, always make sure you look straight up. So I'm just going to take my little mirror, and I can see my eyeshadow looking straight on. Never mind my sweatshirt. I was feeling like I just wanted to be comfy, and it's just going to have to happen. I think it's cute and it's pink, so it makes me happy. That's all that matters. Okay. Let's actually go into the second color. Let me just do my other eye really quick. Now, here's a little trick as you're older and your eyes are falling, okay? Well, maybe. Hang on. Let me clean my hands off. This was pathetic. Oh, boy. It's like I was born yesterday. Okay. So a little trick with your eyes as we age. Now, this is why you don't have your foundation on and your concealer on before you start your eyeshadow. What I like to do with my older women that have a little bit of a sagging eyelid is I just take and I hold it and I make sure that you're lifting your eyebrow. So lift your eyebrow at the same time that you're kind of pulling up. And especially with our saggier eyes, you have got to make sure that you look straight up again, because a lot of the time you think your eyeshadow was up high enough, and it is not. It will, when your eyes sink and when you let them back down again, your eyeshadow is not. It's like clear down here and you can't even see it. So make sure that you do that. This eye's a little bit darker, so I just got to go one more time. That's another little tip and trick of the day. Just making sure you guys do that. Okay, so we're going to go like one shade darker, and I actually am going to go into, this color because I think it's really, really pretty. I'll show you on here. So it's kind of a burnt color, but it's really a deep, dark color. So I'm just going to take it on this brush, and I'm literally going to pat it into place. And this brush actually had, you know what's unfortunate? I think poop, hang on. That brush actually had a darker color on, so we're just gonna go back over the top of it so you guys can see the actual color, because that was used before in another one. So, okay, it's on the outside edge, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly now take it and buff it, but not pull it all the way in. Did you notice the other 2 colors go all the way in? This is not going all the way in. This is going about halfway. And I'm kind of bringing it up because I really want to give the illusion that my eye is up. So if you see this color on my eye, it is not like a burnt red color. It is very, Oh my gosh, I can't even freaking talk. Okay. It's a very mellow color. It's a very neutral color, okay? So don't shy away from it because it looks like it might be really bright in the pan. It is not a bright color. I'm just going to go back in with my very first brush, and I'm just going to take and buff it and blend it so it's all just seamlessly blended together. Okay, so I'm going to show you with Tarte Shape Tape how to do this. If you guys have very oily skin, MAC Paint Pot is the only thing that will actually work on your eyes, okay, for this situation. Reason being is these are too creamy and that is a little bit more sticky, and so it will hold better. The fact of the matter is if you have oily eyes and you do this cut crease, you will see it separate on your eyes, okay? So just so you know, but I'm going to show you this way so that you guys can know and see how to do this. And you can do this with MAC Paint Pot also. Okay, so I'm just taking the Tarte Shape Tape, right? I'm just going to put like a nice little amount right here in the middle, okay? I'm going to open my eyes. I'm going to look around. And do you see how far it went up? It went clear up to here. So that is where I want my point to be. That's where I want my cut crease to go up to, okay? So I'm just going to take a brush. We're just going to go over the top of this, and I'm just going to take it. Now, cut creases you can do a couple different ways, and I'll show you another way on this other eye actually, so you guys can see a couple different ways to do an actual cut crease, and then you can decide from there how you really want to do it. So I'm just taking a brush, a nice like concealer brush. It's got to be a concealer brush, and as you guys can see, I'm taking it up to the point where it went to, okay, and then I'm taking it to right here. All right, so that's it. There we go. Just kind of buff it into that whole situation. Okay, so with this eye, I'm going to take a flat brush, and I'm still going to spray it with MAC Fix Plus, okay, because I feel like her shimmers just still stick really well that way. I'm actually going to go into first, let's go into this color first, this one right here. On one side of the brush, I'm just going to go in right here. Now, you guys, you can take this color and pull it all the way over if you want to. I, however, think that's kind of boring. Of course I do. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to take another color, which I'm actually going to take. Let's actually try this color right here. It's kind of a berry color, so I think it's kind of pretty. Now, here's another little tip and trick. You guys, you can take, so you can take and do this with a matte color also. You don't have to have a shimmer shade. You don't have to have any of that, okay? I'm actually going to show you, no, you know what I'm going to do? Now what I'm going to do, I just flipped this over on the other side where it was white, and I'm just kind of buffing and blending it into each other. The pink, no, the berry, may we say, and kind of the light sand color. It's really pretty. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is take your brush that you just did your darkest color with, go back into that, pat it again, and just kind of buff it in. Now, here's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take my lighter brush that I did the very first color with, and I'm just going to go over the top right here, just so it blends seamlessly together, because you really don't want just a solid line right here, right where you put your nice pretty your color. Okay, so let's do, I'm just going to take and just do that really quick. Okay, that's really pretty. Next eye, we're going to do the same thing. Now, why do people do cut creases? I'll tell you why. Because, well, hang on. Let me roll my eyes first. Because it is a really good way to really open up the eye space, okay? So when you just put, and another reason why do you put concealer on? Well, why can't we just put on, you know, my color and call it good, right? Why can't I just do that? Well, when you put on concealer or MAC Paint Pot, which I really love, as we all know, it really, see how white it makes your eyelid? So everything just pops. I haven't done this. The colors will not pop in these areas of your eyes. And this is where it's going to make your eyes look a lot whiter and a lot bigger. Okay. So I hope that made sense. It didn't make sense to me, but whatever. I mean, you know, I'm trying to explain this and it's just not working out so well. We're going to try it with this color right here. This brown color, okay? We're just going to put it right over the top, keeping this whole look matte. For those of you who want to have like a really matte look, this is a perfect look. And since this isn't so, you really don't want white anyway, so I'm not really sure what I was looking for. I was kind of looking for something in between this and a white, but apparently I don't have it. So if I'd have just gone back over the top of this with this lighter brown color, you'd have never seen it. It would have all meshed together. And when you do the cut crease, as you can see, it's really cut into my dark brown right here. So it's giving me that line to give me the illusion that I have more of a crease than I really do. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm making sense, but not really making sense. You know, if you have questions, honestly, just answer down below. Again, going back into that first color, just going to kind of take it and push it on there. And then all I'm going to do is take a clean brush and just buff it back in. So everything is very seamless, very easy. Oh, that's really pretty, actually. I don't do a lot of matte eyes. I don't do a lot of matte on my eyes, but that's a pretty color, actually. That turned out really pretty. Okay, so actually for this top of my eye and on this side, I'm actually going to go in and I'm just going to take this color right here and I'm just going to dip into a flat brush, okay? And I'm going to go right underneath my brow bone right here. Not my brow bone, my brow. Just going to kind of blend it in. That's perfect. So one side's shiny, one side's matte. I am going to hop off and pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. So I was going to do both of my eyelashes off camera. And then I realized that I have had a lot of people struggle with eyelashes still, even after my eyelash video. So I'm just going to teach you one more time a few little extra tricks that I learned because I was watching some of my clients do it because I needed to know where the issue was because they were like, I watched your video, I still couldn't get the eyelashes on. So here we go. If you have no nails like me, you need tweezers to put them on, okay? So when you're putting it on, this is another thing. My one girl was painting, like literally baby painting. Take the side of your brush and just go to town, okay? You've got to have enough on there that it's white. So just go to the side of your brush and just go to town, okay? Now you're going to take a pair of tweezers if you have no nails. I have nails, so I don't need tweezers, okay? So this is where a lot of people go wrong because she was trying to put them on with her fingers and her fingers would not, like they would stick to her eyes and the eyelashes weren't sticking. It was a whole disaster. Now, I always make sure my eyelashes are curled. Reason being, and mascara on them is because you will see them if they are not curled and have mascara on. They won't blend in. Okay. Now, with your tweezers in hand, your tweezers are going to be holding your eyelashes, okay? You're going to stick them on, and what I do is I stick the middle on first. Then I go to the outside edge. Then I open my eye and I'm like, okay, they're sitting in the perfect spot. So then I just, and you're going to do all this with your tweezers. You're going to stick them on. Then you're going to take your bobby pin. Now, this is what my client said. She's like, well, I'm afraid I'm going to poke my eyeball out. Well, don't be dumb, because you don't need to poke your eyeball out. So be smart. Now, what I do is I take this flat edge and I literally lift up my eyelashes with that flat edge. Then I take the pointer part, okay, and I go in and I push it down with the pointer part. Down, down, down. Now, can you do this with tweezers? Absolutely. If you don't like the tweezers and they're old and you're not going to use them to pluck your eyebrows or whatever, then for sure you can use them. But if you're planning on using those tweezers to pluck your eyebrows or anything else, it'll ruin your tweezers. This glue will ruin your tweezers. Any glue will. It'll get on it and build up and you'll never be able to do really anything. So there's that. Now, I just wanted to let you know, I put on Pat McGrath, the color Divine Rose, and this is her Lust lip gloss, and that's all it is. There is no lipstick on there at all. I love her lip glosses. Like, they smell divine, they're shiny, which is super in right now, and I'm just like, I'm really, really in love. My chair's bugging me. Okay, there we go. We really don't need to see my chair the whole time. Anyway, so that is another way to get your eyelashes on. Yes, I feel like I'm here to help you guys. So if you have any more questions, again, comment down below. Thanks you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys learned a little something from this. I hope I can help you in any other way. Just let me know. Have a great day.